Welcome to Life Happens, where Texans come to protect their legacy and prepare for the second half of life. Join your host, attorney Kim Hegwood with Hegwood Law Group, and our weekly guest as we navigate the challenges that emerge as life happens. Now here's your host, Kim Hegwood.
Good morning and welcome to Life Happens with me, Kim Hegwood. And our very special guest today is Sabrina Strawn with the Alzheimer's Association. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning? What a beautiful day.
Yes, it's a gorgeous day. I love those immensely. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is that, people are home for the holidays.
Yes.
And usually when they're home for the holidays is when we start getting more calls.
Right.
You probably do as well. And so let's kind of, back up and we'll kind of walk people through, things that happen. So you're in for the holidays, haven't seen parents in a while or grandparents, depending on, who you're visiting. And you're thinking, wow, I talk to them all the time and things seem to be fine. But now that I'm spending longer time with them, I'm a little concerned that they're not all together, or they're having some difficulty, forgetting things, memory loss, just those kinds of things. And so, what are your recommendations when you have those families that are for the first time are going, oh my gosh, there's something wrong?
Absolutely. We quite often will see this sort of thing where we have people who, like you said, they seem to hold it together when you call mom or dad or grandma or granddad. You hear about the latest thing that happened in the neighborhood or happened in the family. You hang up with a great feeling, everything's going great. And then when you see them for a long period of time, you realize, something else is going on. So what we first recommend is start taking notes. It may be that grandma stayed up all night to get the turkey in the oven and organize everything, and she doesn't have the same amount of cognitive reserve that she used to have. But the next day she seems fine. You check in with your brothers and sisters, maybe somebody else who spends more time with them. And they say, hey, no, we see her all the time and she's doing great. So, but keep those notes, because you may see day after day that this is repeating, or you may realize she's great in the morning, but not so great in the evening. Other things like that. So take notes and start talking among your relatives, and even check in with grandma and grandpa. Geez, mom, it seems like you're repeating the story over again. Oh, I just think it's the funniest thing. So check in with them, because a lot of times people also realize, you know what, I think I'm slipping a bit. And then it's time to start thinking about, let's go in and see the doctor. A lot of times cognitive decline can be for other things other than age-related dementias. So for example, we just started a new cholesterol lowering medication, or mom is really worried about her dad, so she's not sleeping at night. Dad just lost his job. He's 65 years old. He can't find another. He's had real difficulty finding another job. He's not getting out of bed. Maybe he's depressed. So there are a lot of things that can mimic dementia, whether it's medication interactions, lack of sleep, depression, hypothyroidism, all those things, even vitamin deficiencies can mimic dementia. So before you go to the absolute worst scenario in your mind, check it out. And we have a lot of resources online, and also through our 800 number. Dad doesn't want to go to the doctor. Well, we have lots of tips and tricks to get you there, because that a lot of times people also don't want to give up their autonomy. And they're concerned about it too. So if you have concerns, definitely start taking notes, talking with other relatives and neighbors and loved ones, and then go to the doctor. Those would be my top three things.
We tell clients a lot that it could be something super simple as dehydration, are UTIs. And that's an easier way to get someone to the doctor because it's
For sure.
medical and not mental. And so we always tell them, check those out first. Those are easy fixes. And then everything's back to normal, and then we always ask, have they had surgery recently? General anesthesia does terrible things to seniors and usually keeps them in a fog for a lot longer than someone that's a lot younger. So,
Right.
So we really try to encourage them to look for medical first and then, looking for, neurological. And so.
Yeah, that's great advice. So thank you for sharing that.
So, now that the holidays are upon us, and so how can we make it easier for, caregivers and those with dementia, now that there are more families coming in, lots more things are happening. So their day-to-day may be changing because of the holidays.
Right. So just in general, when it comes to caregiving, so whether you're talking about a caregiver of someone with dementia, or perhaps you have a loved one who is right now going through cancer treatment, and you've got friends and family helping take care of the issues that they're having to deal with. So this is a general caregiving tip. Rather than asking somebody, what can I do to help? Which just puts another cognitive load on them. They already have a list longer than their arm. Just say, hey, I'm stopping by the grocery store to pick up a turkey. They've got a sale on them. I'm going to get you one too. And that enables them to say that, no, that's okay. I don't need one. And then maybe you've got a couple of other ideas. Well, I'm going to make a batch of stuffing. Can I just make another pan for you? Dad likes to get his hair cut right before the holidays. Can I swing by and pick up Uncle Lewis too? And then I'll take them both over to the barber. So just think of things that need to get done before the holidays and offer that to the caregiver. For the caregiver themselves, my advice is we definitely want to celebrate the holidays, but maybe our celebrations will be a little different this year. Think of how to make things simpler for yourself as well as your loved one with dementia. Maybe there are a few things that you can let go for the time being. Maybe the midnight mass is not the way to go this year. Maybe even the caroling, when you have the neighbors stop by and carol, maybe that's just too distressing. Maybe having the whole family come over at once is just too much. Maybe it's a better thing. Hey, why don't you guys come over on the afternoon of Christmas Eve, so we're not dealing so much with sundowning. And then on Christmas Day, why don't we just have a really small lunch? Or let's have a video call. Something that's just really simple and pared down, and maybe spread it out so there's not 20 people coming to the house at once.
So what services do the Alzheimer's Association offer during this time period?
The services that we offer all year round, we definitely have our 24/7 helpline that you can call on Christmas Eve, during Thanksgiving. If you realize on Thanksgiving Day, I think there may be a problem here, but I'm not really sure, give our 24/7 helpline a call. We're going to have people standing by on the days of the holidays just to answer your questions and to provide services. Of course, we've got our alz.org website that's available 24/7. And we are actually going to be doing a caregiver conference about the holidays. That caregiver conference has already passed. That's going to be November 30th, but we'll probably have a recording that's available for folks. So there's just a lot of things that are available. Our support groups will still be meeting. We'll still be doing community education. So anytime you have a question, we're available.
So for those that want to help, how do they volunteer?
Oh, this is music to my heart, music to my ears, because that's one of my roles is help with volunteers. So there are a number of ways to get involved. If you would like to have the maximum capacity to meet folks and get out and spread the word, there's several ways to do that. You can get involved in our signature events. The walk season is wrapping up. We do have walk committees, so you can, which are a great way of networking. But then we're starting to rev up our longest day events. So we've got committee opportunities with that. But then we are always looking for support group facilitators and community educators, people who know their communities and who can connect us up in their communities. And frankly, people who've had personal experience with Alzheimer's disease and their families can make wonderful volunteers. It's a way for you to make meaning of all the difficulties that you have survived. And it's just a way to give back as well. We offer opportunities for professionals too. So many, many different ways to connect up with the association and to volunteer. So thank you for asking.
Well, that's good. And so, well, Sabrina, I just want to thank you for being on the show today. And hopefully we can get you back in another time. So if people want to get to you, looks like it's alzconnected.org. Is that correct?
That is one of our websites. The best way to get a hold of me, anybody can call. Well, here we go. Here's my email and then our 800 number. If you're interested in any one of the things that you've heard about before, getting more information or volunteering, that 800 number is the way to go, wherever you are. And then our social media handles are @AlzTex and hashtag #EndAlz, which is the vision for all of us, the end of Alzheimer. And we want to meet the first survivor in my generation. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. So just for the listeners, your email address is the sstrawn@alz.org.
Yes, ma'am.
And the phone number they can reach you at is 1-800-272-3900.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Sabrina. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you as always. Bye-bye then.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Life Happens with Kim Hegwood. Be sure to tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. wherever you listen to your podcast as we navigate through the challenges that emerge as life happens. The content of this podcast does not establish an attorney-client relationship or constitute attorney-client privilege, legal, medical, financial, or any other professional advice.